Okay, so we started what RTI controversies related to RTI. One is RTI amendment. So RTI amendment or RTI Act was amended recently in 2019. What was the amendment related to? So amendment was amending two sections, section 16 and section 27. Okay. What do they deal with? Basically they deal with the and also salary of CIC and SIC and other information commission. Remember I said 5 or 65, 5 years salary have given who it is equivalent to. And it is everything is given as a parliamentary law only. So if it is given in the parliamentary law, one of the functions or one of the things which any independent institution needs, these are all independent institutions. There is government, three organs. Those three organs need to be checked. So you have to have independent institutions to check them. You yourself cannot check yourself. Cannot do that. Right? That's the conflict of interest. So for a good functioning independent institution, no external authority should control it. Instead, a law should control it. That's how governance works. So RTI Act governs CIC. How does it give an independence to CIC? Once you are appointed through a proper procedure, you will be there in the post for the next 5 years or 65 years, as the case may be. Second is you will be having a salary, an assurance of that amount of salary, that money is assured to you. So because you cannot expect independence to come without security, without support. If your life is itself dicey, you don't know whether you'll stay in the job tomorrow or whether you'll get the salary, you will not function independently. Yes. So why is this important or why am I discussing this? Because there has been made a fundamental change through this amendment. What they have done is they have removed the salary and the terms, they have changed what they have said. Now it is the executive which will determine the term. It is the executive which will determine the salary. A term is basically reduced to 3 years from 5, and that too it is according to the executive. If they want, they can cut it short also. Salary also what they have said, it is as determined by the executive. Meaning basically what you are saying is your life is dependent on me. Why this is important? Because one is see, an institution functions good if it is strong, if there is a law to support. I'll give you an example. I'm not just commenting on general how is the situation today. I'm not talking about the people in services. You've seen people who have got ranks, people who have got ranks in civil services. Even the very foundation is unethical. Very fact that even they're not entered civil services, they're easily for sale, up for sale. Up for sale is go some money, get ranks, claim ranks. Institution by buying civil service ranks, that is okay. Not saying it is ethical. I'm saying that something they are doing, but civil servant is up for sale even before entering the civil service. I've seen n number of cases, and I don't have any scruples. People may criticize, people have criticized. At the back of, like, I've seen many people telling me that when I say the statements, naturally toppers will take up practice. How did you say? You're doing that. We have seen. You're up for sale, and I've seen you supporting teachers. I've seen you supporting institutions where you have not studied at all. What I'm trying to say is, what I'm trying to say, uh, uh, for the functioning of a body, you need a support system. Now, we had a debate in, I had this conversation with other teachers. If it is fine to be unethical to certain extent as a student, you are a student now. Like you might be having n number of things, like you might be in need of money, etc. Many things. When you crack this exam, you are a civil servant. What is the need to sell? Is my point. So when you are ready to sell at that point in time for an institute, you will be. I don't know how you'll be surviving in the the system. That's one thing. Why am I giving you this example? Because not everybody is a hero. You need an institutional structure to support your courage. Now, every institution needs that, maybe a salary. Because why I gave that, this all works on the dynamics of money. This example which I gave, it's just money. You throw, you get everything. And that's how the system is working today. So, what I'm trying to say is how salary or how security of tenure matters a lot. Now, when they are at the behest of the executive, then they can change it at any point of time, they can compromise it. One thing which they have done. Other than that, there was one more change. Like earlier thing, when they said any public servant also can be appointed CIC. So he's retired and is getting pension. Now that pension is usually, I mean, what happens is when you're appointed as a CIC, you get some salary. So whatever you're getting as a pension, suppose it is 50,000 here, pension is 10,000, the salary will be 40,000. In the earlier, now this amendment says that that will not be counted, you will be given salary. That is one change and this is one change is this. The other change is whatever salary, whatever term, it will be completely at the behest of the executive. Now, why is it problematic and how is it? First is moral arguments later, legal arguments first, like why it is a problem in which all cases it is violated. The first thing is whenever you introduce a bill, there is a proper procedure. Draft bill has to be placed in the public domain for 30 days. This is not said by me. This government itself brought this policy. Free legislative consultative policy it is called. That is what was adopted in 2014. Why? To ensure people's participation in the framing of a law. So once you, what is a draft bill? You make, uh, suppose you take any department, Ministry of Finance has come with a bill. Okay. Now this is called draft bill, not the final bill. Draft bill will go into the public domain for 30 days. They invite comments. Once you get it, it becomes a, once you get it, it goes to the cabinet. The cabinet approves it, then it becomes a bill ready for introduction in the house. Once a bill gets passed, then it becomes an act. Is that clear? Bill or law are the same. Is that clear? So a draft bill has to be placed in the public domain. No such invitation was given. No such consultation was held while doing this, while passing this. Second is the very act itself has a section 41C. I think it is not there, just write it there. And it is incorrectly printed also. Section 41C says what? In case you are making a policy in case the government is making a policy affecting the public, in case the government is making a policy, section 41C, in case the government is making a policy affecting the public, it should be placed in public. Is this amendment affecting the public? Yes or no? Should it have been placed in the public? Yes. So not only it is a violation of free legislative consultation, it is a violation of the very act it is amending, section 41C. Is that clear? Third is, such a bill generally has to go to a parliamentary committee because it's a big bill. It has been achieved after long years of campaign. So 1996 the campaign started, 2005 we got the act. And that's a landmark act, it's a fundamental act for democracy. And such bills without a thought, without any second opinion should go to a committee. Because in a committee you have extensive discussion, criticisms, etc. They did not even think of sending it to parliamentary committee. Now look at the brush screen. There, it's called food spa. Food spa is food spa is watch either as a movie. You get to know he uses the word called food spa. Food spa is very. So food spa is, let's see, look at what they did. Even before the act was passed in the parliament, they framed rules also. So rules when does it happen? You pass the act, then rules are framed. Rules were already put in place because they knew anytime I'll get parliament's approval. Okay, that is the kind of brusqueness they show towards parliament, disrespect towards parliament. Yeah, I mean, at least when you were elected as a PM, you touched the steps of parliament and you shed one or two tears, which tears were crocodile tears or your tears only. So you did that. And I trusted you. I never trusted you. Those who trusted you, need to be faithful to them. I never trusted you. Like, since 2002, I've been following you. Maybe but born to the world today. You were born to me in 2002. I remember India Today magazine, 2002, Riots magazine, even today I was young. But I was enlightened even then. In the sense I knew what is right from wrong. So, okay, so he did that. But when you're doing that, a person don't do all those theatrics. Respect parliament in the way it has to be respected. So touching the steps is not problematic for me. Problem is at least do justice to which force you are. So this happened. So what most important thing is what is the argument they are giving? RTI or CIC is a uh, what body? Statutory body. So CEC is what body? Or Election Commission of India is what body? Constitutional body. Okay. So they say a constitutional body, a statutory body cannot be treated on par. Their salaries cannot be equal. That is why we are changing this. So then an argument comes up. Tharoor gives a classic argument in Parliament. A few days ago, passed a bill where you made the salary of judges of tribunals equal to judges. So tribunal is what body? Statutory body. Judges is constitutional body. Why did you make them equal then when you're changing this? No answer. When you start thinking and questioning them, they don't have any answer. All they can do is say things like, wrong things like, aapne kya kiya, what about you, only. But it's not what about tree. What about tree is a technique of deviation of debating. So what about tree means what? Whenever somebody asks something in Soviet, Sachin, what is this? Then you would say, what about you? It's we'll go there and ask. So it's like what you are doing is not important for you. So this is one criticism. So very important thing which it violates not only this one. Their argument does not hold water. That is, they are making two bodies equal. They also want to say that since the judgments of CIC, what happened? Okay, since the first time I've solved something technologically, and you don't know what kind of pride is setting in you, feeling like jumping and dancing. Okay, so what did I say? What was I saying? The second is they said that CIC as a if CIC decisions are can be appealed to the Supreme Court judge. So you cannot because CEC's salary is equal to Supreme Court judge. So they said since his decisions can be appealed in Supreme Court, you cannot make them equal salary. And what kind of nonsensical argument is? The president himself, the post of president also goes before judiciary. That does not mean that you're pulling down president below judiciary. So that kind of an argument again. Very important violation is the violation of Supreme Court ruling. There is an important case called R. Gandhi versus Union of India, 2010. This case says what? That if institutions have to function independently, they have to have security of tenure, security of salary. It is affecting both. Is that clear? Not only this act is a threat or rather than threat, an assault on federalism because you are unilaterally changing the conditions of even state information commissioner as well. Is that clear? So there are many criticisms like this. This has come under severe criticism, but they have passed it. Now rules also have been framed. So technically RTA is defunct for it has no rule. Now what they have done is appointment process. You look at how they are appointing people. Now appointment process, what did I say? President appoints on the recommendation of a committee consisting of Prime Minister, Leader of Opposition, third is Cabinet Minister, as appointed by the President. So two people are already under you. PL is the Cabinet Minister, they won't fight. So one party is already there. One party which may effective is LOP. LOP is not strong in India. 44 seats or 43. what you will do with 40 seats. And second, so opposition really does not matter to them. So democracy has given them full power to do anything they want. That is one condition. In appointment process, how is the process? What is the criteria? First thing is you should have RTI, sorry, CIC office or CIC and IC from diverse fields. And it has been seen that in all SIC and CIC, Central Information Commission, everybody is a bureau of civil service. Now it had come to the Supreme Court. How is the process? The process is they call applications and you have to apply. And then the selection committee will select the names, send it to president, president approves. So there was one case recently, 2019, Anjali Bharadwaj case. So there was a PIL. PIL was talking, I mean, she was hurt by the vacancy, number of vacancies. Appointment process was not happening. There was no transparency. And while the judgment was being given, the Supreme Court makes a very curious observation. It says that, see, first of all, application will come, and then you shortlist the names. How is it that only civil servants are applying? That's a basic question, right? Because only public servants are being appointed. First thing is that. Second thing is there has been no transparency. What is transparency? So search committee applications come up, they'll do a discussion, they'll do a meeting. So why this person is more qualified, the other person is not qualified. And then they come to, suppose there is a dissent, the LOP disagrees, why they disagree, they write a note. Everything should be put out in public. That is how it functions. That was not there earlier. What Supreme Court said, all of this, minutes of the meeting, etc., should be put in the website. That was the clear ruling given. Now, what they did, first of all, they changed the term and salary thing. Recently, and they also gave certain other rulings. They said within 6 months, all state governments should appoint or fill the vacant posts. And if there is a vacant post in future, 2 months prior to vacancy, the appointment process should start so that there is no further vacancies. These are the rulings they gave. And till very recently, government did not listen or did not give a heed to their ruling. Then she was almost about to go to the Supreme Court to file a case of contempt of court, because if you're not following the ruling. Then what they did was they appointed one person as CIC, and one more person who was appointed as IC, Uday Mahurkar. Now, Uday Mahurkar did not apply at all. So there is no application. What is the procedure? You apply, you shortlist. So this is called sky dropping. Drop from the sky. It just came. Okay. So not only this, if there's a clear link between him and the Prime Minister, he is a supporter of that particular party. It's a clear violation of the Act. The Act says no political affiliations. It's a clear procedural violation. So it has gone to the winds. RT Act is no more, if you ask me.